Okay, this is 9.3, complementary versus supplementary angles. So, the vocabulary words are complementary angles and supplementary angles. And instead of writing out the words that define these definitions or these vocab words, we're going to try and use a picture to help you remember. So, first, below, what I wanted to say first, I'm sorry. So before we start, this is what the whole thing looks like. This is the whole page. This is going to go on my next available notebook page. And I think you could definitely fit it on one notebook page. I want to just make sure that you guys remember that I need your name. I will not be giving credit to anything if it doesn't have your name on it. So go ahead and write your name down first. And also remember to write down that it's OMA number 41. So I'm going to go ahead and write that, okay? So remember, write your name and write OMA number 41 on top of your notebook page. Okay? All right. So now let's zoom in on the top half. Okay. So for the top half, let's focus on supplementary angles and complementary angles. All right. So in green, I'm going to write the definition, a very short version of the definition for complementary, okay? Since the definition of complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees, okay? So you're going to write down the word complementary. Hopefully you've got your title. You've written the word complementary right here. You have this word written. Okay, notice the nice big capital C, okay? You have the words in parentheses, adds up to 90 degrees, okay? Throw an S in there, okay? All right, now, how do I remember this? Well, the way I remember it is I take this giant C and I draw a line down. Now, what does that look like? Hopefully you're saying, oh, that looks like a 9, right? So the C reminds me of a 9, which reminds me of 90 degrees, okay? Now, I'm going to switch colors, so you can too if you want. Not important, not required, but helpful. Let's look at the definition for supplementary. For supplementary, these are angles that add up to, so we can say adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. Actually, I'm going to take the S out of there. So that makes more sense without the S. They are angles that add up to. Angles that add up to 180 degrees. Complementary add up to 90. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. All right, now I want you to focus on the big capital S here. Now, since the magic number is 180 degrees, what do you think I'm going to turn this S into? I'm going to turn it into an 8, okay? And hopefully that reminds you of an 8, and that will remind you that supplementary means 180 degrees. Okay, let's take a look down at the pictures below. So let's look at complementary first, okay? This is a right angle. We know it's a right angle because of the square in the corner. But complementary angles are 2 or more angles. So here's angle 1, and here's angle 2. So 2 or more angles that together add up to 90 degrees. So in this picture, we say that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 equals 90 degrees. Okay? All right. Now, if we jump over to supplementary, I'm going to switch to blue. Supplementary angles are angles that together, they're side by side, just like complementary angles, but they have something a little more special. They have this nice straight line. Now, it's not always going to be a line that travels left to right. It might be a line that travels up and down, like this. So you've got to be on the lookout for this half circle. Can you draw a half circle across these two angles? And you might be saying, well, which two angles? Well, this is one angle, angle 3, and here's another angle, angle 4. So in this example, we're going to say that the measurement of angle 3 plus the measurement of angle 4 equals 180 degrees. Okay? Pause the video if you need to. We're going to move on to the bottom portion of the notes. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to replace this picture with a different picture. I need a little more, I think. Nope, that's not a good one. Okay. So I'm going to have to zoom in on the whole thing here. Okay. So now we know that we talked about how angle 3 and 4, so you already have this part, you don't have to write it again. Angle 3 plus angle 4, the measurement of angle 3 and angle 4, add up to 180. So you already have that written, and we also have written that angle 1 and angle 2, the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 equal 90 degrees. So what if we put real numbers in the mix? What if we said letter A is angle A, and we needed to find letter A if we knew that the other angle involved in the picture was 83 degrees? Well, for method 1, that means we think about this. Method 1 is going to be using an equation because that's the more advanced way to do it, and we really want to push for that equation. So we want to say that the measurement of angle A plus 83 degrees equals how much? And since this is a complementary picture, right, 90-degree angle, that means it's 90 degrees. Okay? Now, method 2 says we just subtract. Method 2 is just, hey, you know it's 90 degrees, so you subtracted, okay, and you get your answer. But method 1 is set up the equation, okay? Now I'm going to show the work in black here. So we're going to subtract 83 degrees from both sides, and we get that A is equal to 7. Now in method 2, it's not as advanced, but you still end up with the same answer. Unfortunately, you have to finish up by saying that A is equal to 7 degrees. Okay? Let's finish up with this last set of notes, this last picture. So, thinking about this equation, okay, what if I gave you letter E for one angle and 39 degrees for the other angle? Well, thinking about this equation here, okay, method 1 would be setting up an equation. So E plus 39 this time equals 180 degrees because this is a supplementary picture. Okay, method 2 would just be subtract. Maybe you know you have to subtract, okay? Again, I'll show the work in black. We're just going to subtract 39 for method 1. We subtract 39 from both sides. And what's nice about method 1, it's advanced and it lays everything out so that when you're done, you get the E along with the answer. It's very important. We get 1 and, oops, for 141 degrees, okay? With method 2, you're just subtracting. Still get the same answer, but you'll have to remember to state that E is equal to 141 degrees, okay? All right, that's it. See you soon.